All right, so by now we've been doing our research and we've been compiling a list and we've been recording it in our spreadsheet. We've been sending out some first contact to the publishers and we're getting some responses. Now it's time to filter our list down and spend a little bit more time with research. So we want to first start looking at the ratio of page views to visitor. So you want a lower ratio than 5 views per visitor. What that means is that every time per 24-hour period that they come to that website, they don't view more than 5 pages. And the reason we want that number lower than 5 is because if we're paying on a CPM basis, we're going to end up burning through our budget much quicker. Now, we don't want to necessarily rule out a website if that number is higher than 5, but it is something that we need to keep in mind when we get down to talking about price. And another thing that we can do is talk about frequency caps when it comes to negotiation. Frequency cap is going to limit the amount of times our ad is shown to each unique visitor. And if we can get it to 2 to 3 per visitor, that would really be optimal. But it's really going to depend whether or not the publisher is willing to work with us on that. Now, if a particular website has a forum section, remember that those page views are going to be extremely high because people keep going back to them, reading them, refreshing them. So if a website that you're thinking about doing a buy has a forum section, you might want to negotiate that area of the site as differently or not at all. And another easy alternative to that would be just to get a monthly flat rate. However, you need to be sure that you're going to get the impressions that you're expecting. Another thing to look at, traffic behavior. So when we're pulling up our reporting, we want to see where the source is coming from and what's their bounce rate. If we are seeing a bounce rate of 75%, what's going on with that? Why would they leave so quickly and not spend much time on the site? It's probably because they're coming in straight from the search engines, and what that means is that these types of websites are really good at stuffing keywords out there as bait, and then when the visitor gets to the site, it's not very good content and they come in and they bounce out. So where's the traffic coming from? Is it US? Is it international? Think about that in terms of your offer. Because if we're looking at a site and it looks great, the content's a good match, demographics a good match as far as age, but then we look and we see 70% of the traffic is coming from internationally in a developing nation like Pakistan. Well, this is no offense to Pakistan and the Pakistani people because I'm sure they're great, but the ability to pay just is not the same as here in the US or other first world countries. So the offer also, it might not have anything to do with ability to pay. It might have to do with the relevance. You might have a product, but you don't do international shipping. What good is that? So a practice drill. And we're going to skip over to a screencast after I go through this and show you, but I love going to buysellads.com, which is an ad network, but it's a little bit different than any other one that you've probably seen. And we're going to practice evaluating many sites in a particular niche quickly. So it's great practice. You can find a lot of data all in one place, and we can see the pricing right there. It's a great drill to take our scorecard and checklist and go over there. That sites that you may think look like a good buy very quickly become poor candidates. This is why media buys are not as easy as meets the eye. But you know what? You might be doing these drills and locate a good traffic source at the same time. So, we might as well just jump on over there and take a look.